Excitech BIM 360 surgery. Today it's number 48, and today I'm going to take a look at some of the new updates around the insight and analytical side of things. So first things first, there is a data extraction module that if you're an executive on your BIM 360 hub, you will have access to data extraction. And that can be accessed by going to the module selector, then the account admin side of things. Within there, go to the module selector again, then select Insight. So it's not the project Insight, this is Insight on your BIM 360 hub from an account side of things. Once we go in there, we will then, if you're an executive, which is a toggle in your membership, the data extraction tab will be available. So we can click in there. This is still in preview mode, and what Autodesk have done, they've made a few changes and adjustments in here. First things first is that we now get email notifications to tell you that the data extraction has been complete. You will see I ran one this morning at 10:14. To run it, it's just a simple case of clicking that button. And I can click it and off it goes. Depending on the size of your hub, it probably takes about 30 minutes. Let's just check it and see. So I ran this at 10:14 this morning. And if I switch to my email, you will see that I got an email at 10:23. So that was 8 minutes to run to tell you that it's now extracted, and then you can view it in the data connector. So that should take me straight into Insight and back to the page that I was on. So that's the first thing, nice email notification, so you don't have to keep going back to check when it happened. So I can then click this download button, and this will download the data extraction into a zip file. So I'm going to save this in a very specific place. So I've got everything done by software, BIM 360, and I've got a data extraction folder, and I'm just going to save it in here. You will see that this already exists, so I'm just going to replace that file and then show it in the folder. So this is my zip. I'm going to unzip it, and I'm going to extract it here, and I'm going to overwrite all the existing information. So you now see that I've got all these CSV files in here. And what we're looking for is probably what I should have done was to take all these files and cut them, and I want to put them in this folder where all my data extractions sit. The reason for this is the guys at Autodesk also provide us with a Power BI template. Now, the big change this month is that they've given us a project management dashboard, which we can load this data into and start to drill down into the analytics of the system. So I've got Power BI already open. I have downloaded the Power BI templates. If you Google BIM 360 data extraction, you will get the templates. And you will see I'm going to go browse reports. And I'm going to change it to a template file, and basically you can download these reports. If you can't find them, just give me a shout, I'll email them to you. But they've given us a new project management dashboard. You can see it's version 1, and we click open. So the way that the Autodesk have set this, they work upon a data source, so it looks to an exact folder location for the downloaded content from BIM 360. So we will let this just hopefully catch up with itself. And you can see now it's looking to load the sample data, and it's looking for a source folder. So what we need to do is to browse to that folder, and I'm going to go to work, software, it's BIM 360, data extraction, and then it's looking for this folder where all the data sits. So I click in there and I take a copy of that folder location, and that's the folder location that I paste into the source folder area. So that means that when it goes to compile the reports, it drills down into the data extraction that I've just done, and I click load, and fingers crossed, it starts to evaluate all the CSV files that comes with data extraction. So it's then querying it, it's then creating the connections between the different reports, and it's doing some cross reports and drilling. And in a second, it should all show. So this is the new project management, and it's very much based upon RFIs and the status around all of this. So this again is the out of the box information. You can see we've got lots of RFIs by discipline. We've got the most in the projects, the RFI stats. So, you know, our hub is probably not reflective of the best run hub. It's got lots of projects, lots of people in doing demos, doing lots of things. You can see we've got the top 5 collaborators, and then you can drill down in, and this is the data that you get with the data extraction. So with a little bit of knowledge in Power BI, you can go in and create your own dashboards, get the data that you want that's most applicable to you. If you were to publish this to the web, then you can link it via the Power BI partner card. So the big thing is this is the new report that now comes with it. And when you export your data, you're now getting all the RFIs and the submittal content. So looking at the submittal tab, you now have, again, I'm top of the list with open submittals. I may do some work and close out them submittals, but you get the principle now. We have an RFI dashboard, a submittal dashboard, and this information is now included with the data extraction. So a couple of other updates back in BIM 360 to show. And if we look at the project, so let's go in and we open our surgery project. So there is a new report in Docs, which allows us to do just a project level report within the folders. So over here, I can go to a document log, and now I can get a complete report, whether it's the folder or subfolders. So I did sort of cover this a little bit in the surgery last week, but again, you can just go. So if we want to do everything in project files, I can go to document log and then give me a log, and it will email and export that out. So that's quite neat and nice that you can now get that data out and do that. So another big thing is they've updated the checklist reporting side of things. So if I were to go back to the insight module within the project, under the reporting section, we now have a brand new area that we can now report on. So this is my standard insight. If I look at the report section in here within the project, I will now have, and this is, again, it's a phased rollout. So not everyone will have this. If you go and check, it may be there, but it is on a phased rollout. But I can create a report, and under field management, I now have this new checklist summary. So if I select it, again, with all the reports and summaries, you can configure by title, then sort it, and you've also got the filtering based upon the type and any templates that exist, status, and then you can just simply run that off. So looking at, I run one just before this morning just to show it to you. I can download, and it's quite a nice report just showing you the status of all your checklists that are outstanding on that project. So you can see there it is there. I'll save over that, and we can now quickly go in and have a look at that. You can see this is when it was generated. There's 3 items in the report, and it just gives a nice high level overview of where everything is at. So what reports are completed, what title type, who they're assigned to, dates, and then the progress. See, I've got 2 reports here that just need to be tagged as completed. But yeah, a really nice new section that is there. So just remember, it's project, then insight, then reports, and then you've got the new section under project management. And then just a couple of small little things. There is a couple of new partner cards which are now available. I suppose the really nice one is we now have an Esri partner card. So I've done a little bit of work. You can see here I've got an ArcGIS weather model, and you've got your Esri partner card, and we also have a new one from Rakin, I think that's how you pronounce it, and they do timesheets and all that type of thing. and they are just available under Customize, Card Library, Partner Cards, and then you will see there's the Esri one, and we scroll to the bottom, and there's the Rakin one. So lots of cool stuff in here, just a matter of exploring, see if you're using any of these services, and then they can be linked back into your customized dashboard and home screen. So pretty cool. Some nice new updates to data extraction, few updates to the checklist, and then we've got our, I think this is particularly nice and useful for lots of people out there using the Esri ArcGIS stuff as well. So that's pretty much me done in 10 minutes in a nutshell. Thank you very much for joining me. Join me again next week when, fingers crossed, if it launches today, we will have a surgery on the new Revit issues. So that goes live today at some point, fingers crossed, and hopefully next week I'll be able to show that to you. So have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe out there, and contact me if you need to have a look at anything I've just shown you. See you soon.